El cuenco con
No,
agua.
it's too heavy.
El burrito Ortega. Artilugio de forma de pájaro. Recipiente, el artilugio de forma de pájaro. No.
He likes to take his
Recipiente
time,
pequeño.
doesn't he?
Está vacío. Pimba.
What's that invisible lip? Is that Adriel?
Ah,
No.
sí, perdón. Pará, ¿qué te crees que yo sé qué está pasando, bro? No puedo hacer eso yo. Nah, yo te juro, puse el cone como para poner, pero no se me ocurría nada. Ahora sí. Toma, burrito Ortega, ahora sí.
What is he doing now?
Not much, I suppose.
Echamos agüita. Tranqui, ustedes fumen.
Now, watch the head. Just any moment now.
No creo que vaya a salir. Ah, sí sale, mira.
There.
What?
Did you see? It threw up. Rashid, this is disgusting. Oh, far from it. Would you kindly explain how it works, Jack?
Explicar.
You see that bowl floating on top of the water? At the bottom of that bowl is a small hole. Through it, the bowl is slowly filled with liquid. Once it's full, it sinks, pulling a string which makes the ball drop onto a weight. This, in return, pulls the bowl up again, emptying it in the process.
Thus resetting the entire mechanism.
If you timed it perfectly, you could make it drop a ball at every hour.
Turning it into a clock. How clever.
For me, it's still nothing more than a puking donkey.
Show us more, Rashid.
Anyone care for some
Tremendo inventor de Jack, boludo.
Thank you, my daughter. We will have some as soon as Jack has finished our presentation.
Mind if I watch?
Of course not.
So, who is this man, Rashid?
Jack is a friend of the house. Did you fill the tank yet? A brilliant man, a scholar and a talented artist.
Sí, sí. Para no hago la
The
idea.
other day, he explained Euclid to me. What is that?
Pimba.
A Greek who wrote a book called The Elements of Geometry.
I could watch this man scoop up water all day.
Jack es un puto
The
genio, boludo.
Egyptians translated it into Arabic, and now the English
Es el Da Vinci de esta
translated it
época.
into Latin. And now
Le ponemos el fueguito abajo.
Jack will heat the water in the tank.
Ese era bastante obvio.
How very peculiar.
El del burro no me la esperaba. El del burro me violó el cerebro, el del burro. No tenía idea que era.
It's so beautiful it will make you cry. Just listen.
¿Qué pito es esto? Ah, mirá.
Well, how marvelous.
How does it work?
Maybe it's a miracle.
No, no es un milagro.
Right.
El vapor que emite la pava o la
Go
mierda
on,
esa
Jack, tell them.
pasa por la máquina, hace alguna pereza en la máquina que Dios sabrá qué carajo hace. La pasa y la pone en el
There's a
principal.
hidden wheel inside the box. It turns an axle that in return raises and drops a sequence of small cylinders inside. These cylinders work like fingers playing a flute.
But who is blowing into the flute?
Steam.
Steam?
Yes. When I opened the pipe, it gradually pushed itself into the tube.
The power of steam. For once, I must agree, this is brilliant.
Of course! It was created by a Muslim after all.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. What else have you got, Rashid?
One could join those two and build a singing donkey clock. One song after every hour.
Sería muy ingenioso, la verdad.
That would be pretty clever.
I know, right? You could be the one to build it.
Oh, that would be unfair. It's your invention.
I would let you have it. Or we design it together.
Está todo bien, sos un crack, pero la nena no.
That statuette yet? Of course. Jack, if you may.
Me gustó, vea. Está todo bien, pero la nena no.
Oh, you will love this. Just watch.
Tengo que poner en algún lugar fresco.
She needs to be in a...
What the fuck? A ver.
And now?
Just be patient, but don't look away. It takes some time for her to do...
Abogado, ¿cómo estás, Ran?
Is it crying? Isn't that amazing?
No, it's irritating. Rashid, what is going on?
No lo sabemos. Es un enigma. Es un enigma.
It's a mystery.
Rashid, please.
We all know that there is no such thing as a man-made miracle.
Ganamos,
And
jodido.
this piece of wood is very
Sí,
clearly
jodido, boludo.
made
¿Qué
by
mierda te
man.
pasa?
I very much
¿Agarró
agree, my
coronavirus?
friends. But so far, none of us has an explanation.
All we know for certain is that her glassy eyes shed tears when you move her from warmth into cold.
Like a plant at sunrise. Like dew. The only difference is the surface. That's all.
Es lo que sigue.
I think you may be onto something.
Am I? Of course, I had no intention of disturbing your conversation. But if you can find out why there's dew gathering on a plant, you may understand why that woman is so weepy. So, who wants a cup
Para
of
mí es
tea?
la diferencia de temperaturas. Generalmente cuando vos cambias algo de temperatura transpira, por así decirlo. Aunque en general es del frío al calor, no del calor al frío.
I know I'd rather she wasn't. It would make marrying her off so much easier.
Oh, I'm certain that won't stay a problem for long.
Maybe the dew originates from invisible water in the air.
Humedad.
Water that stays hidden when it's hot.
Hablando que tal. El camino de Santiago.
The pilgrim trails across France converged at Osterbat in the foothills of the Pyrenees. There, the group of 20 or so pilgrims who had been travelling alongside me since I'd left Tours swelled to about 70. Some were prosperous citizens, some probably on the run from justice, a few drunks, and several monks and clergymen. Several languages were spoken, including Flemish, a German tongue, and a southern French language called Oc. Nevertheless, there was no lack of communication among them, and as we crossed the Pyrenees, they sang, played games, told stories, and in several cases had love affairs, while my baby and I kept mostly to ourselves.
Apurate, Eliana, porque el otro está con una musulmana que le tiene unas ganas bárbaras. Porque para cuando vos llegué... Habla en español, hijo de puta. En español habla. ¿Quién te cree que soy?
Hush now.
Además usan más vocales, la concha de tu madre. ¿Qué le parió? Me tiró un texto así, tenía 3 vocales. ¿Qué pasa, Mini Jackie?
Richtig dreist.
No parece. Tremenda madre.
Kann ein Mann nicht einfach mal seine Ruhe haben? Der Weg aus Babenberg war
Usa más
doch
vocal,
anstrengend
hijo de
genug.
una gran puta. Vamos a dar un paseo. No me da disculpar si no hablan español.
Kind hat ja auch gar
Pone-
nichts verloren. Stimmt doch, oder?
Jetzt ist aber gut.
Usen vocales, la concha de su madre. Antes de irme les diría usen vocales. No es porque estoy venoso. ¿Estás metiendo los osu? Disculpen.
Dear Lord, what are you doing? You should get out of the water. It's freezing.
My ring. I lost my ring. Dear Lord, please show mercy.
Vieja. Te voy a ayudar a buscar el anillo. Pero estás toda drogada. ¿Qué lo haces buscando en el agua? Bueno, pero dejó de llorar el mini Jackie.
Come back to me. Please come back to me.
Pará, que te estoy buscando el anillo.
Where are you? Where did you go?
Ah, ya lo vi, ya lo vi. Estoy recontra ciego, boludo. Estoy más ciego que la vieja que está ciega. ¿Cómo no lo vi brillar ahí? Toma, acá está. Estoy más viejo que el personaje que está ciego, boludo. Estoy re mal. ¿Cómo? Tomá, vieja, salí del agua, te vas a morir. Salí del agua que te vas a morir, vieja.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
¿Qué me agradeces
You
si
are a
estás
very
ciega? Capaz te
kind
dio una
woman.
arandela y no te das
So
cuenta.
very, very kind.
I'm glad I could help.
Te daba una arandela, el hijo de
Yes,
puta.
yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tremendo sorete. Ah, acá te encontré el anillo. Dale, toma. Le poní una arandela. Tuki. Lo
I
garca
can see this
era.
ring is very precious to you.
Ay, ninguno se quede cerca,
It was a
ciego
gift
cerca mío,
from
por
my
favor.
stepmother. She thought I would stay forever, but I didn't.
Eso debería hacerlo.
Why did you leave?
Oh,
Tremendo.
I thought I didn't belong. She always said I was her daughter, but I was sure she was lying. I was so selfish and so stupid. Too stupid to see I really was happy.
A lo mejor no eras feliz.
Maybe you really weren't happy.
I don't know. I was very young and thought I was unhappy because I didn't live close to the sea. But in
Ah,
the
sí, eras
end,
un poco
the
boludo.
sea did not feel the same about me. The cold there made me sick. It took away my sight.
It was courageous of you to leave. You did what your heart told you to.
I was stupid. So stupid.
Ah, that's why you went on the pilgrimage.
Yes, so that St. James might see my devotion, and I will be united with my mother in heaven. I'm just not as kind as you. Not kind at all.
Pero por lo menos habla en español, no como estos locos que no sé qué encarajos son.
You're too hard on yourself.
I don't know.
I too am trying to make amends with the one man I loved the most. I was told he went straight to Santiago.
You will know soon.
Not soon enough. It's still 4 weeks till I get there.
He'll be there, I'm sure of it.
Sos bruja también ahora.
I hope so. I just feel that with every day that passes, I'm losing him a bit more.
No estás tan errado.
And that the only thing I can allow myself still to hope for is not love, but forgiveness.
I understand.
Hey, hush now. Not long now and our journey will be over, hmm?
¡Ey, camino a Santiago! Lo que estamos viajando. Logroño. Ay, Dios. Qué lindo que un lugar se llame Logroño.
She came from a small town somewhere in Catalonia. I quickly got used to her constantly feeling out for her stepmother's
Mirá,
ring.
de Cataluña.
The sad guilt that would always follow in her milky eyes. I wasn't sure if she appreciated my company, but I couldn't leave her on her own either. By the time we reached Los Arcos, she'd stopped talking, while I kept on dropping a kind word here and there to let her know I was still by her side.
Te estás matando con los estudios, Raco. Fuiste tan pajero, rascaste las 2 bolas durante todo el año y ahora estás apurado. No es culpa del John. Culpa de que fuiste un boludo y te pusiste a pelotudear. En vez de laburar cuando tenías que laburar. Burgos. Me hace mucha gracia lo de Logroño,
Alba
boludo.
believed herself to be of weak mind and body, and yet she walked the Camino with a strong sense of purpose that willed her onward. It made me wonder about what I'd told her about my own journey. Did I hope for love, or was I really traveling because I needed him to forgive me? But what was there to forgive? My decision to marry Alfred had been in the best interest of the people of Shiring. It was a sacrifice I had to make to stop the evil reign of William Hamley. These questions had haunted me for a long time now. But if I really was going to see...
Sí, por fin va a aclarar tu idea. León. Tremendo nombre, boludo, qué lindo. Ponferrada.
Around Lyon, the path began to gradually turn uphill. It was only 2 more weeks till we'd reached Santiago. The baby was in a good mood, and so, surprisingly, was Alba.
Y lo que pasa es que Alba está en el último coletazo. Viste que joden que en los últimos momentos como que están todos mejor.
After Astorga, the trail got more difficult.
Astorga.
Alba became slower and slower, and we had to rest more. She became quiet again. The strain on her old body grew, and she worried that she might not be able to reach the end. Still, we managed to push onward.
Viste que muchas veces pasa que los enfermos así que están medio complicados, justo antes de irse para el otro lado, tienen como un repunte de sí, vamos para arriba, acá salimos, de esta salgo y no salgo nada. Si no mal recuerdo, creo que a mi abuela le había pasado.
The next morning, she refused to get up. Her breathing was disturbingly shallow, and she hardly noticed me touching her forehead. Everything hurts, she said, and urged me to continue without her.
Me voy a quedar con ella.
Of course, I stayed with her. I brought her food and water and sat by her side. But day after day, her condition grew worse. She kept on urging me to go, to find Jack, saying the monks of Ponferrada would take care of her.
Me la juego un poco más, seguir con
I'd
ella.
hardly known her, and
A la
most of
mierda.
the time she'd tried to push me away, as if she considered herself a nuisance that slowed me down and who didn't deserve company. It wasn't until a few moments before she died that, for the first time, she smiled at me, and I like to believe that she saw me smile back.
Alina estaba ciega.
I still like to believe that here, in this unlikely place, dying next to a near stranger, she'd found a moment of serenity and happiness, but she'd not reached Santiago. When I left, that thought still haunted me. To see that a journey could come to an end so suddenly. But what would be different if she had reached Santiago? Could she have been disappointed by what she found?
Cremala y llevala en un jarrón, si tenés tanta gana que llegue a Santiago. Ah, tanto, vamos a... Esto es humano. Soy un poco hater. Soy un poco mala onda, medio hater ahí. Perdón, pero...
After months of hard travel, the child and I finally reached Santiago de Compostela. In the evening, we attended Mass in the great cathedral, then started to roam the town looking for my dear Jack. It was almost dawn when finally a priest pointed me to an inn close by.
Seguimos en el mismo... La chimenea. Nos calentamos un poquito la manito. Vamos a hablar con la vieja.
Buenos dias. Do you understand me?
Sinto cho ben, pero non temos camas dispoñibles.
No, I don't need a room. I was told a friend of mine stayed here some time ago. A red-haired Englishman called Jack. Do you remember him?
Eu só che falo en galego, miña rula.
Francais? English?
Qué bueno, boludo, que el juego esté... Los personajes van en el idioma que les corresponde. Es muy bueno.
Have you seen a man called Jack Jackson? Jack? He's a mason.
Jack?
Yes, have you seen him?
Pásanche por aquí centos de peregrinos, e cada un eche de seu pai. Vas ter que ser algo máis específica.
I don't understand.
Estamos buscando un Colorado, vieja.
Oh, que cousiña. Eche rubio.
Sí, redhead. Have you seen his father, Padre del Niño? Jack Jackson?
Ven sendo un peregrino?
What?
É un peregrino?
Oh, no. He's not a pilgrim.
Entón, quen ven sendo?
Señalar algo. Un albañildo.
He's a mason.
Ai, mal rayo, me partas entendo o que me estás a contar.
Señalar algo.
Let me show you something. He's a mason. He builds things like that.
Ah, eche masón. Albanel.
Sí, a mason. It's the same word in Galician.
Por aquí pasan unha morea de masóns. Non me poderías dicir algo máis sobre el?
Que colorado,
He's
vieja.
a mason and he has red hair. He's also very knowledgeable. But how do I tell you that?
Concha su madre. No. Pará.
The man I'm looking for loves to read.
Anda, isto é che do masón.
See, it's his.
Oín falar dun masón que dis que se dedica a traducir libros en Toledo.
Polo visto, di que se chama Jack.
Yes, Jack. Have you seen him?
Non sei cal será o seu apelido, pero ben é certo que non chai moitos masóns rubios aos que lles guste ler. Se tan desesperada está, por que non vai a Toledo a comprobalo por si mesma?
Entón, marchou para Toledo.
So he's not here.
Me gusta mucho cómo hablan,
Di
boludo.
que o teu Jack podería estar en Toledo.
All right, so I will go to Toledo then. Gracias. I just pray that I understood you correctly.
Terminamos en cualquiera. ¿Dónde pito está Toledo? ¿Oporto? ¿Toledinguio? No, esto no es Toledo. Viajar a Toledo. Toledo está más lejos. Muestra la llegada de Santiago. La oveja. Toledo, mira qué bonito. Tremendo Toledo.
Buenos días. Parlez-vous français? English?
Of course. How may I help you?
Gracias, viejo.
I was told a man named Jack Jackson lives in this house.
Who told you this?
A group of scholars living at the edge of town. They said he used to translate old scriptures about mathematics before he moved here.
Please wait here. I will talk with Master Rashid.
A la mierda, línea. Quedarse fuera. En realidad me parece que voy a tener que entrar, porque no tengo nada que hacer acá. Pero bueno. Estoy viendo que no tengo nada que hacer. Entrar. La onda. La onda de Jack.
It's his.
Es la prueba definitiva. Bueno, tan definitiva no es, boludo. Estamos hablando de una onda que puede ser cualquier hijo de vecino. No es como que el único tirador de onda. Alina, vos también. Mujer joven.
Oh, there you are. May I ask who let you stroll around our house?
No nos quiere mucho.
I was asked to wait here.
Yes, my servant told me already. My father's not here at the moment, so you'll have to make do with me. Unfortunately, I must disappoint you. There's no one called Jack living in this house.
No miento. No miento.
Maybe he took a different name then.
I'm sorry, but this is not easy for any of us. I think you should know that Jack and I are promised to each other.
Mentira.
Maybe we should go inside. The sun's burning, and my mother doesn't need to hear us.
Mentira. No creo que Jack se haya caído tanto.
Jack told me about you. You are Aliena. You're the one who rejected him and married his stepbrother.
Sí, es cierto.
And now you want him back.
I need my son to meet his father.
His father? The little one is Jack's son.
No ve que es colorado, boluda.
He is.
He always said that he had come here to find out about his family. But instead, he found out about everything else. About philosophy, mathematics. When he and my father met, it was love at first sight. They studied together and made great plans. But in the end, Jack would always start talking about his cathedral again. This great church he would build one day. Brick vaults and pointed windows. He'd ramble on about it for hours and stare up at that ceiling. We three sat here for hours and talked. And then in the evenings it would be just the two of us. So many strange ideas about the future. Some barely more than silly dreams. Others almost in arm's reach.
Habla como si ya no estuviera aquí.
You're talking about him as if he were gone.
Well, he's not here anymore. My father had offered him work as a master builder here in Toledo. He would have been well off and free to spend his evenings under vaults like this, with me as his wife. But in the end he refused.
Que no sos la esposa, estás obsesionada nomás bien.
Tell me, did you really marry his stepbrother?
Cometí un error.
It was a mistake. I know that now. I did it to fulfill a promise I'd made to my father. I thought I had no choice. I didn't want to hurt him. Believe me.
Me la pedí.
I do. You know, he left me because of you. Even after all you did to him, he couldn't let go. You can be glad that you ran into me and not my mother. She was enraged when he left.
He can have that effect on people.
But apart from that, we made our peace with him. Father even gave him one of his favorite pieces of his collection as a parting gift. A small wooden statue with stone eyes in exchange for his slingshot.
Would you mind telling me where he went?
He went to Paris.
Jackie, la concha de tu hermana, pará de viajar. Estás de mochilero,
He
hijo de
said he never
puta.
found out about his father. So
El
there was
pibito
no
va a aprender
reason
a
to
hablar, a
stay down
caminar y
there.
no va a saber el nombre porque todavía no está juntado con ellos.
Paris.
Concha de tu hermana.
Yes.
Va a empezar sin malabar el
If
pibito
you
para cuando
find
encuentre a
him,
Jack.
Tell him I don't miss him.
Gracias, te deseo lo mejor.
Thank you, and all the best to your family.
Thank you. What is the child's name, by the way?
Well, he has none yet. I wouldn't name him without Jack.
Isn't that a bit silly?
Maybe. But he's his son as well as mine. It's his right to have a say in it too.
Then off to Paris. That baby needs a name.
Sí.
He will get one. Thank you.
Si no lo van a conocer como el sin nombre. Colorado sin nombre. Famoso por el mundo porque el padre no aparece más. Va a buscar cigarrillo y nunca volvió. Da la vuelta que tiene que dar, boludo. Esto me hace acordar a Argentina, boludo. Quiero ir a un pueblo, está a 30 kilómetros y tengo que hacer 100 porque no hay una ruta directa cómoda armada. No.
I crossed the Pyrenees, revisiting Bordeaux, Angoulême, Poitiers, but never stayed longer than one night. The closer I came to Paris, the stronger my old doubts and fears resurfaced.
Mis viejos temores.
If Jack really was there, what was I to say to him?
Que lo querés una banda.
I'd pull him very, very close, wishing for all the wounds to heal as quickly as they could.
Y sí. Como que le hiciste cornudo con el hermanastro. Tampoco te puede hacer muy la ofendida con tu hermana Lina. No me voy a acordar. Me acuerdo que te fuiste con el paquete de Alfred. No, Albert. El otro estúpido. No nos olvidamos, Qué raro que no cambiáramos todavía de capítulo. Seguimos en el capítulo 15. Bueno, vamos a ir dejando por aquí, gente. Ahora sigo con la gente de Twitch haciendo algo más. Gente de YouTube, como siempre en la descripción tienen todas mis redes, me pueden seguir por ahí, se pueden sumar al Discord y al canal de Twitch para ver todo el contenido en vivo. Desde ya espero que lo hayan pasado muy bien y nos vemos en el próximo video directo si es que vienen a Twitch.